Hi everyone, today our group will present our Xiamen 2 Data Governance Strategy for Amazon's e-commerce and logistics analytics. Our presentation focuses on how Amazon's e-commerce and fulfillment operation rely on large amount of data, and how data governance can improve data quality, analytics, reliability, and business decision making. Now, I will introduce the contents of our presentation. First, we will introduce Amazon's company and analytics context, including how data supports its e-commerce and logistics operations. Second, we will analyze Amazon's data lifecycle and identify key weaknesses in current data management. Third, we will propose an ownership and stewardship model to clarify data responsibility and accountability. Finally, we will present a data governance framework covering policies, standards, and processes, and explain how it supports more reliable analytics and better decision making.
Hello everyone, my name is Li Changrui. Today I will walk you through Amazon's analytics context. Looking at section 2.1, Amazon is a tech-driven retail giant in fiscal year 2025. E-commerce generated 61.6% of its total revenue, while logistics remains its largest cost driver. This shows that Amazon's fulfillment network is both its core revenue engine and its heaviest cost center, which is exactly why this report focuses on its e-commerce and logistics analytics. To run this system, Amazon relies on a massive data network. As shown in Table 2.2, it categorizes 7 key data domains by their core content, collection methods, and analytics uses. Take the first row, customer behavior data, as an example. Amazon captures users' clicks, browsing, and reviews via app logs and cookies to fuel its recommendation engine. Moving to the next slide, Section 2.3 highlights 5 predictive analytics applications. Derived from this data, for example, in demand forecasting, Amazon combines historical sales and external trends to pre-position inventory, drastically cutting stock out and unnecessary fulfillment costs. But as Section 2.4 illustrates, these smart AI models will fall without strict data quality and governance. If the logistics team and the inventory team define available stock differently, their dashboards will conflict. Effective data governance breaks down these silos, ensures metric consistency, and ultimately gives management the confidence to make high-stakes operational decisions. Thank you. That's all for my part.
Now let's move to section 3, which examines how Amazon manages its data lifecycle. Amazon's data lifecycle has 8 stages. It starts when a customer browses a product or a seller uploads a listing. That's generation. The system then collects clickstream logs, payment records, and GPS signals, route that gets processed, cleaned, deduplicated, and matched to asins. It's then stored in data lakes and analytical platforms. From there, management ensures the right people have access and data stays governed. Analysis powers recommendation engines and fraud detection. Results are shown through visualization dashboards and finally interpreted by manager to drive pricing and fulfillment decisions. However, Amazon's lifecycle has 5 notable weaknesses. First, duplicate assets and inconsistent metadata. Because third-party sellers upload product information in non-standard formats, this fragments data and weakens search and recommendation systems. Second, logistics data delays. Checking updates across fulfillment centers and carriers can lag, causing dashboard to show inaccurate delivery status. Third, outdated inventory data, especially during high-demand events like Prime Day. Even seconds-old data can trigger overselling and order cancellations. Fourth, data silos across departments. Different teams define the same KPIs differently, leading to conflicting management reports. And fifth, the cold start problem. New and long-tail products lack historical data, making demand forecasting and recommendation less accurate for them. These weaknesses have real downstream consequences. Duplicate asins reduce recommendation accuracy. Logistic data lacks weaken dashboard reliability, causing managers to either overreact or miss real issues. Still, inventory data leads to fulfillment errors and biased forecasts. Departmental silos produce conflicting reports that slow strategy response. And the cold start problem means new products are systematically underforecasted and under-recommended. In short, even a sophisticated operation like Amazon is vulnerable when data governance breaks down at the foundational stages. That's why a structured lifecycle approach matters.
Now let's move on to data ownership and stewardship. To address the lifecycle weaknesses we identified, Amazon needs clear accountability. Our model defines 4 roles: data owners, data stewards, data custodians, and data users, each with a distinct responsibility across every data domain. This table shows how we apply that model across Amazon's 7 major data domains, each assigned one owner, one steward, and one custodian. Take products and the listing metadata as an example. It is owned by the marketplace catalog leader, stewarded by product metadata steward, and maintained by the catalog database and the seller-centric team, with a focus on standardizing assets and product attributes. The same structure applies across all 7 domains. So what does each role actually do? Data owners approve policies and resolve cross-functional conflicts. If all stated inventory data causes overselling, that traces back to the fulfillment operations data owners. Data stewards define business terms and set quality rules. For instance, the product metadata steward standardizes size codes to reduce inconsistent seller submission. Data custodians implement those rules by configuring access controls, managing pipelines, and supporting lineage tracking through tools like AWS Lake Formation. To coordinate across domains, we propose a data governance council of data owners from key functions, including marketplace, fulfillment, logistics, and finance. We also use RASI metrics to clarify responsibility. For example, defining business data meaning makes the owner accountable, the steward responsible, and the custodians and the users consulted. This delivers 3 benefits: less ambiguity, more consistency, and better traceability, making Amazon's analytics outputs more trustworthy overall.
I'm going to present our data governance framework design, which translates raw data ownership into active, trustworthy business practice. Our framework is built on 3 interdependent pillars: policies, standards, and process. Together, they form the backbone of our enterprise data management. First, our policy sets the rules of the road. We implement role and purpose-based access control so employees only access data necessary for their job, while strictly tokenizing customers' PII to ensure privacy. Underpinning this is our security policy, featuring end-to-end encryption, mandatory MFA, and AI-driven anomaly detection. This directly secures the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Second, standard ensure we speak a common language. We are establishing a centralized data dictionary to eliminate conflicting metrics across departments. Additionally, we enforce standardized metadata formats for core products attributes. Our data quality is measured across 5 quantifiable dimensions: completeness, uniqueness, validity, timeless, and accuracy, with dynamic stricter thresholds during peak events like Prime Day. Third, process operationalize these standards. We brought that data at the origin using automated source-level validation in Seller Central. Active data quality dashboards with continuously monitoring our data health and proactively alert data stewards. Finally, the data lineage ensures full traceability, allowing us to quickly pinpoint the roots of cause of any downstream models anomalies. Ultimately, these frameworks deliver accuracy, consistency, accessibility, and accountability. By feeding high-quality, trusted data into our recommendations engine, demand focusing, logistics dashboards, and risk analysis, we empower Amazon to make reliable, data-driven decisions.
To conclude, data governance is not only a technical function, but also a strategic capability for reliable analytics and better decision-making. Our report identified key weaknesses in Amazon's data, including duplicate assets, inconsistent metadata, delayed logistic updates, outdated inventory data, and data silos. To address these issues, we propose a domain-based ownership and stewardship model, the RACI accountability mechanisms, and a governance framework covering policies, standards, and processes. Overall, this framework can improve data accuracy, consistency, accessibility, and accountability. It can also strengthen Amazon's recommendation quality, forecasting reliability, inventory planning, and logistic visibility, helping Amazon support more reliable decisions and maintain competitive advantage. Thank you.